So one of them was a chiefly carnivore tribe, which we know to be the Masai. They consume a lot of meat and a lot of dairy. And they found an adjoining tribe called the Akakuyu, who was chiefly vegetarian. And there was a little bit of intermixing between these tribes by marriages and things like that. So genetically, they were fairly similar. So physical measurements showed that full-grown Masai male is on average 5 inches taller and 23 pounds heavier than the full-grown male Kikuyu. And his muscular strength, as determined by the dynamometer, is 50% greater. Marked differences were found in the incidence of disease in the two tribes. Bony deformities, dental caries and anemia, pulmonary conditions and tropical ulcer being much more prevalent among that Akakuyu. On the other hand, intestinal stasis and rheumatoid arthritis were more common amongst the Masai. The take-home message, I guess, is that meat and dairy diet, on average, leads to you being far healthier, far stronger, far more robust than a vegetarian diet. But the interesting things is about this intestinal stasis, constipation, and rheumatoid arthritis, which is an autoimmune disease, being more common in the Masai. And this comes back to two things. So have you ever heard of something called casomorphine?
Yes.
So this is a chemical. It's basically an opiate-like peptide that's found in dairy. And if anybody has ever prescribed morphine, when I was in medical school, we were taught that the hand that writes the script for an opiate also writes a script for a laxative. Why? Because opiates cause constipation. So this isn't very well known, but it is very obvious to a lot of my patients who are constipated that when they eliminate dairy from the diet, you're removing this constipatory effect of the casomorphine. So absolutely, dairy contributes to constipation. 80% of the protein fraction within dairy is something called casein. And casein can cross-react. It has cross-reactivity with gluten, which we know can be an autoimmune trigger. So there's increasing evidence that dairy in vulnerable individuals can trigger autoimmune issues, the likes of rheumatoid arthritis. And this is why many patients, when they eliminate gluten and dairy from their diet with autoimmune disease, they improve significantly. It wasn't pasteurized, it wasn't homogenized, it was natural milk straight from the cow. So, and it was A2. So people who think that you can get raw milk and A2 milk and that's going to avoid any potential adverse effects of dairy consumption, it's not borne out by the science.